with the Holger, what could be considered the best gun in the game. They decreased the headshot multiplier by 0.1. They decreased the neck, upper torso, arm, and hand multipliers by 0.1 as well. They also increased the sprint to fire time by 10% or 21 milliseconds there. On the DG58, also in contention for the best gun in the game, they decreased the maximum damage by 9%, so that's the close range damage, keep in mind. The medium damage by 6%. They decreased the neck multiplier by about 0.3, which is decent as well. They increased the burst delay as well by about 20% or 20 milliseconds. So some slight nerfs to the Holger and the DG, likely to balance them out some. These are not drastic nerfs by any means, and they're still going to be top tier choices for the most part as well. The FR556, they did a lot here. They decreased the close range damage by 2%, decreased the near and medium damage by 10%, so that's kind of interesting. Decreased minimum damage, that's the long range damage, by 8%. They decreased the headshot damage multiplier by 0.1. They decreased the leg and foot damage multipliers by 0.1, increased the ADS time by 8%, and increased the sprint to fire time by 10%, so the FR556 is not going to be as effective anymore. The Striker SMG, it actually got some buffs here. Increased the maximum damage range by 114%. So this is going to be even better in the close range now. That's a significant buff to the Striker for sure. They increased the near to medium damage from 33 to 36, so that's about a 9% buff there. Increased the far and medium damage by 22% as well. The Striker is getting a lot of buffs here. They also decreased the ADS time and made that slightly faster. So the Striker now a much better SMG overall. The AMR9, they increased the lower torso and lower arm and hand damage multipliers from 1 to 1.1, so 0.1 increase there. They also decreased the sprint to fire time by 30%. That was a huge issue with the AMR9. It had a slower sprint to fire time than some of the rifles. Its damage still feels a little bit mediocre in my opinion, but at least it's not as bad as it was before. They also say with the Striker 9 here for the SMGs, decreased the maximum damage by 16%. So the Striker 9 actually got a close range nerf. They also decreased the aim down sight time by about 18%. So that'll be a little bit faster now. So some interesting changes across the board with these patch notes.